Hello, welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some mail, and I'm going to be trying out a different kind of format while I'm showing the cards that I've gotten through the mail, through online buys. I'm going to go over just some thoughts that I've had. It's been a little over, or it's probably right around a year that I started selling full-time sports cards. So I just want to, pretty much the main focus of today's video is going to be trying to go over a lot of the stuff I've learned. I say a lot because I might forget some stuff and then think of stuff later. But I wanted to have like a general idea and topic to start it off. I probably will go like a little bit of a roller coaster throughout the entire thing. But I'm just going to show some mail in the background while I'm talking so that nothing's happening, or so that there's something happening in the front. And yeah, so I got these mails a couple, like maybe like a week or so ago. Some of it's really cool stuff. I'm not too sure if this card was in this lot or not. I'm pretty sure it was, but this lot's pretty cool. It might be in this other one potentially. I think this one was only, it might be, I don't know. I think it was in this one though. Jalen Waddle, rookie ticket green. Say Storm Chasers, case hit, Keegan Murray. Just a super beautiful card. Case hit, Keegan Murray. I'm a Kings fan, so something like that can be PC. Might look to move it potentially at my first card show. Jonathan Kuminga. So this is a select patch autograph. It's game worn and used. So Kuminga, people are really hyped on him. Game worn patch auto of Kuminga. I feel like that would sell really easily at the card show I'm going to. Zamir White RPA. Picked up some more Zamir, and then a Trey McBride out of 30. It's a red color match. I believe these would be first off the line exclusives from Certified. So pretty cool one there with a nice little chunky 3-color patch. So I think this next order would be from Hoops Cards. Sent me a cool little sticker with their order, or with my purchase, so pretty cool. For the most part, I'm not going to be talking about the rest of this stuff, unless there's something really cool. I kind of want to go into different topics and all that. I figure that might be one of the best ways to save us all some time, and I get to talk about some topics, and there's also something else happening for people to enjoy. So one of the big things that started me off was selling on eBay. I'd buy lots, or actually technically I would even start off with single buys, and whatever people were trying to sell, it was mainly on Ryan's Cards LLC Discord. It's the Discord I mentioned last video, but it's also linked down below to join if anyone's interested in that. It's a paid Discord server. You pay about $15 a month. It is $15 a month. But actually, technically, before Ryan's Discord, I joined Justin Gamble's Discord, and that was during the summer while I was working still. So I kind of like started that up. I, was collecting stuff to potentially buy or to potentially sell in the future. Didn't really think I was gonna jump into the card thing big time, and pretty much was buying lots on there. There's some really great deals, especially at its peak during that, I believe it was 2023 summer. Just an amazing time to be buying, and especially in that Discord. Not too sure what the fall off, or what happened for that server to fall off. But it was amazing during that summer. So then after it started dying off, I decided it probably wasn't the best idea to be a part of that server, because I was paying maybe like $10 a month, something of the sort, in order to be a part of it. And now people were just not posting cards in it. For the most part, you could not find any deals at all. And it was really difficult to find any deals. So one of the main things that kind of, it started tapering off, started slowing down. I think it was right around probably August of 2023. So last year was the starting of the downfall of the Justin Gamble Discord. I had decided for the last month I was in it, I wasn't fully convinced that the value was there anymore. So I joined up a different Discord, and that was Ryan's Cards LLC Discord. And comparative to Justin's Discord at that current moment, it was way more popular, way more people doing deals, a lot of cards being sold, a lot of cards being bought. So for the $5 difference, it made sense to be a part of Ryan's Discord in comparison to Gamble's, and I made the move there. So then I would buy lots, this obviously isn't an example, but let's just say this out of 75, Trey McBride with Jason Witten on the card, Rookie Idols, dual relic with a 3-color patch. If someone was selling this card for, let's just say someone listed it for $3, I would be buying that card, and usually it's sent plain white envelope with a top loader. Plain white envelope, $3, maybe let's just say this is an $8 card, right? So I pay $3 for the card, then I could list it for, let's just say I list it at $7.25. Well, if it's a $8, $9, $10 card, someone will pay that $7.25, and it would be $8 to them for a card people are paying $10 for. Some people will jump on that, especially 2023 when I started. The market has changed a lot since then, and now repackers are very prominent. The low-end sports card market is definitely down. Definitely not as many people super intrigued and interested by the super low-end stuff. Obviously, I still love it. It is probably my favorite portion. You don't have to spend, because usually for repackers, they're looking for $20 and up cards, and they're paying, typically, if you don't buy at 85 to 90% for $20 and up stuff, you just can't buy it anymore, unless you end up working a bulk deal with like stuff like this, or somehow you just get lucky and someone just wants to offload stuff that potentially repackers just aren't interested in. Sometimes that happens. Or if they're just wanting to get out of the hobby. Certain instances where you can find deals that are lower than 85, 90%. But for someone like me, I'm kind of working on a limited allotted amount of money to then work over and over again with. So in order to actually be successful, you have to have a decent chunk of money if you're buying for repackers, just consistently and only. You have to be able to, source the proper inventory over and over and over again. And just certain aspects of sourcing for repacks and all that. Obviously, I would be able to easily do it. Just, you just kind of switch your mentality. You buy certain things. All that I still even do. I have, certain cards I have, I know will be really great for repackers that I set aside. Technically, I just, have them interspersed throughout my collection buys and all that. But yeah, so learning the higher dollar stuff. Obviously, I've bought higher dollar stuff and all that and sold higher dollar stuff. But one of the big things that I would say I've learned throughout the selling journey is sometimes I sold cards, especially when I was first starting and all that. And, it was 2020, I started getting into cards. Obviously, pretty late into the game, but it was right before the big boom. So technically earlier than some people even. But, if I had a collection let's just say even like I did right now, and the big boom happened, I would probably be able to be making videos like a lot of other people right now, obviously. Obviously, I'm okay with where I'm at. But, it would be something probably more interesting, I would guess. I mean, obviously, I think especially cards like this, like Calvin Johnson, Bowman Chrome Rookie, something like that, I just think has its place in people's hearts for the most part. and out of 99, like stuff like this doesn't get the love it should. I think whoever can come into the hobby and end up doing something with these low-end things, and actually make it big time, like where, let's just say you'll buy everything for a set percentage rate. Obviously, not saying that's exactly the route that needs to be taken, but if someone can do something like that where they revolutionize low-end cards, man, oh man, that would be the play right now, big-time play in the hobby. I would put my bottom dollar on that. The main thing that would be, I just don't think that it will happen anytime soon. I don't know if it ever will happen. Maybe one day all the repackers will finally, the repack hype will all suddenly stop and all that, and cards like this, where they used to be like 15, 20, 30 bucks, maybe not this perfect example, but just a super cool out of 25 Bryant Urlacher, Clooney Donruss, like with the shine and all that. Maybe cards like that will start to increase value, because I think this is like a $5 card right now, where maybe during the boom, this card would have been 15, 20 bucks, I would guess, just based off of what I remember and what I've seen. But so yeah, like even like a card like this might be worth 10 bucks, something like that, then during the boom. Obviously, a lot of things have changed market-wise and all of that. For cards and all that, that's one of the big things. I think one of what I've learned is that you have to be okay with what you sold. I sold like it's a horrible selling story. I'm okay with it though. I mean, it happens. But it is like a Justin Jefferson, a Mosaic rookie scripts autograph. It was like the orange reactive. It's like a gold reactive, I'm pretty sure they even call it. But I'm gonna like shout out to Bulldog Sports Card. He pulled me that card. I paid like, I don't even know what the price of a hanger was. I think it might have been like 15 bucks, maybe 25, maybe 20. I think it was 15 dollars at the time. I think it might have actually been 20, something of these sorts. But paid that amount of money. I hit that card. It's a huge hit. In today's market, I'm not sure what it would be worth, especially graded. It probably would have been, I'm just guessing, at least a 9. It probably would have been a $600+ card, just from what I'm guessing. I sold that card to him who pulled it because he was like the only one interested. I even started an auction on eBay at the amount that we agreed upon, just to see if it goes for higher. He obviously won it at the price. It was like 125 bucks back then. I'm pretty sure I'm still the only sell on that card. I sold it because, honestly, I don't remember. I think I might have needed money for rent or something, or the other, maybe food. Obviously, if I had been selling cards and all that, I wouldn't have needed to have done that. I could have kept that, waited until the right opportunity to sell it, until maybe now. I mean, obviously, if I needed rent and all that, it's a better use of the thing. And now I've learned, and it's just a situation, you just gotta push through it, right? You don't look back at that stuff and get you down, because obviously it'll come back to you, is the whole point. In the year that I started selling cards, I have learned that I started selling off a lot of my collection and all that. That's how I would start to gain the knowledge and the inventory. At the beginning was starting to sell off my collection that I got from breaks and all that. A lot of I'd buy on Whatnot and all that too. I wasn't super big on buying singles. I'd get a lot of my stuff from breaks over the years or so, and a lot of the things that I would get, they weren't the biggest cards. It wasn't like I was pulling out Tom Brady autographs and all that. It just taught me to not do breaks, was the main thing that I learned by all of that. Looking back at the value that was gained and earned from doing so, it just taught me that wasn't the route I was wanting to do anymore. Just because you'd spend a lot of money, right? You'd spend a lot of money to get very little back. It wasn't the route I was wanting to take with sourcing cards, or even just collecting cards in general. So what I now have come to learn and to like to do is I like to sell the low-end cards. I like to buy cards that most people are neglecting right now. It's a lot of work and all that. It's a lot of knowledge you have to learn. I spent about 2 years of my time just learning the sports card market, learning cards that people are interested in. During like the big hype, literally the biggest time of market sales, when like people were selling maybe Joe Burrow base Prism rookies for like 40-50 bucks. I was just like listening. I was just soaking in information. I was literally watching YouTube videos, watching people pretty much like Card Collector 2, certain videos like that. Gavy Card Stacks even for a while there was one person I learned a lot from card-wise, but I would find I'd find knowledge like that interspersed, like how he'd be like, I think that's probably a pretty good play, like Card Collector 2 in particular, when he's going through the value bins, he's like, jersey match, color match of, you know, a player who might not have a lot of cards. An example now would be Max Crosby. Obviously, back then it wasn't exactly who you were looking for. Max Crosby wasn't even a player people had on their radar most of the time until about 2 years ago, or a year or so ago. But he has like his only rookies from like Hobby Chronicles. So like certain stuff like that. Once you learn the rare stuff and all that, it's obviously you have to learn it and all that. But learning sourcing like stuff you don't see every day is like a good example. Patches like this, 2-color game worn. This is actually just player used. So, but examples being game worn stuff, stuff like this where I'm taking a chance on it. It has comps, you know, certain examples. A lot of people, I don't know, there's just certain plays and all that you can get into, like Kadarius Toney, for example. Obviously, his stuff is super cheap right now. He's going for a 3-peat. He's one of the reasons why they even ended up making it to the Super Bowl, that first of the 3. Something like this, someone's willing to take a chance on for a couple bucks. So in a bulk deal, I'm going to throw it in there. Someone's just okay with it being in there to get the deal done, right? For me, it's added value. I could go through examples and examples and examples. Like Brandon Cooks out of 50, obviously a super cheap card. Mechie out of 49, acetate rookie. Certain cards, right? But what allows me to collect cards, right? Like, let's just say I want to collect this Tim Brown. I thought it was Jerry Rice. It's Tim Brown, die cut. If I want to collect that card, these are the cards that I can sell then to collect. And then after I collect and all that and, you know, get some enjoyment out of them, I can then sell them. But that's where I've realized my hobby, you know, that's where I like to do the hobby, is I like to get people the cards that they enjoy, or if they're doing the same thing as me, trying to find cards that they can sell so they can get cards they can enjoy. You know, like someone might really like Ian Book because he was a, you know, good player in college for Notre Dame, right? Someone might really love Notre Dame and just collect their QB autographs. So certain stuff like that where I don't have much love for Ian Book, but someone I'm sure does. So I, you know, buy stuff like that to sell it to then make money. I think Whatnot has been probably one of the biggest things for me now, especially now I'm selling 300 to 400 cards a week every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST. So it's a whole different game to source on Whatnot, and you can lose money on cards more easily than you can on eBay. You don't have to sell, you know, you can do set prices on eBay. Well, you can do set prices on Whatnot now too. But the main thing is that I've learned to not to be so hyper fixated on I have to get a certain amount. I'd rather churn and burn cards than I would hold it, because this is an example too. Justin Herbert, I pulled a rookie autograph from Mosaic. It was the thing, like the big thing. He just won Rookie of the Year, potentially, or he was about to. But he got announced for Rookie of the Year pretty much directly after or directly before I had hit that card in a break. It was definitely the biggest card that I had gotten from a break. So the big thing with that was I should have sold it then. And that's the lesson I learned then, was if you are going to sell a card, to sell it during the hype. I wanted to sell it. I tried to sell it. The high-end market was definitely not as liquid back then as it was today, or I would have easily sold it. It was a lot of people doing low-end stuff, whereas today now it has switched to high-end stuff. I think that I've learned the most from my own self, obviously. It's really difficult for me. I didn't do any notes on anything. For example, Brock Purdy. He had probably the highest prices ever for, like, not ever, but, like, literally it was most liquid. Like, second year, like, Purdy stuff was literally selling like hotcakes. So, something like a CJ Stroud rookie. I'm probably going to look to sell him off this year. I can't wait for Chronicles. That's one thing I'm really excited for Chronicles this year. I'm excited for Chronicles every year, but just because there's CJ Stroud, there's Anthony Richardson, there's a lot of big-name rookies. There's, like, a ton of big-name rookies that are going to be in that product that you can then, you know, for me, especially on Whatnot, I can flip those cards, and it will be nice. I'm trying to think of more things I've learned, because I should have definitely had come up with a lot of things. I didn't expect this to be the topic. It's more or less just me talking, seeing if you guys, you know, this is just a different kind of video. I'm just testing it. I might actually end up doing, like, bullet points and all that, and making a full video on what I've learned and all that. This is a case hit. I just learned that today, actually. Case hit, WizKids, Desmond Ridder on the die cut, Don Russell. But, so, I think that'll be the next video or so. I'm not too sure. That I'll do is just go over what I've learned and all that. But I don't know where you guys actually were. My phone storage was full. This was a case hit, though. These are case hits. They're super cheap. I want to start buying some of these. I'm actually going to buy one before you guys get to see this video, because of how cheap that one was. That was a DeAndre Swift. I'll probably put up the screenshot here for you guys. But yeah, so I've learned how to source cards. One of the big things, like, honestly, I mean, I could, obviously I'm not going to do this, but if I stop tomorrow, my collection is a lot bigger than, this is a case hit also, by the way. These artistic selections from Select are case hits. The big thing for me, like, I could stop tomorrow and my collection is bigger and than it's ever been, right? Obviously, I don't have the two heavy hitters there, the Herbert autograph or the Justin Jefferson autograph, rookie autographs, but my collection back then, compared to where it is now, miles different. I mean, obviously, back then I could sell it for a lot more, but the main thing is now I'm learning to source cards. Like, I didn't have a lot of numbered rookies, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have barely any. I didn't even have, like, a lot of numbered stuff. I had some, but just the collection, obviously, when I say collection, sometimes I mean inventory, and just where my general sports cards, like what I have at hand for sports cards is at. Like, obviously, Desmond Ritter and Matt Corral cards. Not the biggest thing in the world, but when you look at, like, I have literally out of 5 Pat Fryermuth autograph over here. I have a Joe Harris tie-dye select autograph, PSA 10. I have that Trey McBride. I literally have all these cards. I just got in. I have a case hit Baker Mayfield. I have another case hit I just learned about today to try to source for it later on, because the market for those are super low. So they might even be in dollar bins. You know, like a no-name variation Francisco Lindor, who also just his 9th Grand Slam home run. So, like, certain stuff like that, like a CJ Stroud rookie. This is for the challenge and all that. Like this is just certain stuff, like Rashee Rice just chilling in here out of 25, rookie autograph, X Factor, select draft picks, Jamal Charles, Trey McBride autograph, Max Duggan gold zone, color match for the Chargers also, technically in his college uni, but like out of 25, Devontae Adams. There's just certain things, like Frank Gore out of 50, Jordan Addison out of 25, like this is out of 15, Sam Howell, Jerome Ford, rookie contenders autograph. Like, my collection would not look like that. Like, that's even just one pile I grabbed out. My collection would not look like this if I didn't sell that Justin Jefferson autograph, if I didn't sell that Justin Herbert autograph. So it's like something to me. Obviously, I'll say this. I could have sold it for $1,000, but I sold it for when I was like at the peak of just about, it was like $1,000. I probably could even got it graded, and I'm guessing it would 9 or a 10. Now that I know what cards grade for what, it probably would have 10, just because it was like a minuscule ding. Like, it was not even a ding, it was just like whitening in the bottom left hand corner. But yeah, so it probably would have 10. I'm guessing, probably, potentially. I didn't really inspect it fully, but I just knew that was the only thing it probably would have 10. So I'm guessing I would have actually been able to get about $1,200 for it, even if I did 10 it. But it would have cost me like 60, 70 bucks or something like that to grade, right? But the whole thing is that card in a PSA 10 back then was probably like 3,000 bucks or something like that. Something of the sort, right? It was a crazy amount back then in 2020 when he got named Rookie of the Year. Especially with Joe Burrow doing so well too, right? And like him being super hyped up. So the whole thing is like, obviously I lost out on some money. But like, you even have a Patrick Mahomes number to 250. I didn't have that back then. And then I sold it this last year, 2023, to Bulldogs, for sure, I'll say again. But I sold that for 425 bucks. Obviously, a raw price, that was pretty much what raws were going for. I think it was even a little over what the last raw sold for. And that was before repackers were so prominent. I'm not even sure what the price is right now. It might even be a little lower, because I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts Mosaic rookie autograph is going for about 300 bucks. Not too sure which one's worth more. I think Justin Herbert has more hype as a throwing quarterback, than Jalen Hurts does as a push it to the line. You know what I mean? Like the push quarterback. Like, that's sick. Legendary logos. Patrick Mahomes. Just chilling. Oh, there's some sick cards in this one too. I forgot to say. Like Christian McCaffrey. It's even numbered 69 out of 99. That's funny. Okay, but like, obviously there's not some big things, but like then you just hit like Cooper Kupp Red Sparkle. Then it's like out of 99 Josh Downs rookie National Treasures Collegiate. Just like certain things, man, I would never have gotten back then. It was also a lot harder to source stuff back then. There's like there's a lot of different things, right? But I wouldn't have learned all this stuff without everything panning out the way it has, is my entire point. There's a lot of different things, like Josh Downs out of 149. Like, even this. Like, I could decide to keep this card out of 49. Gold Rush, Devontae Adams. Just a patch, but, man, Devontae Adams, Raiders jersey out of 49. But I get to sell all these extra cards and to try to make money. Even this is like Heath Miller, number to 199. Obviously, the market's gone super down low. But I think with Whatnot, is changing the game for buying and selling low-end sports cards. I think Whatnot is actually probably the thing that has changed the low-end game. It's color match, Jalen Waddle out of 199. That's sick. There's stuff in this lot that's super sick. That's just sneaky plays. Yeah, this is a really good lot buy that I did here. Obviously, there's some better stuff at the end here, or like in the stuff you haven't seen yet, because obviously some of this is just sneaky plays, as it is. But so the whole point is that if I wouldn't have learned and all that and not learned the market, I want to be able to do this. Obviously, one of the big things I learned is I would have went to card shows a long time ago. I don't know how I would have worked it out, but I would have went to card shows a lot sooner. A lot sooner. Yeah, card shows are pretty much undefeated when it comes to consistent deals. People are usually trying to wheel and deal, especially on lower end stuff. Lower end stuff, people are willing to wheel and deal. Like, I'll just say this: I paid, I think it was after the Zamir White and slabs like this. You guys saw these Trey Tucker and Zamir White slabs, these three here, and the Tyrese Halliburton here. After that entire, obviously I grabbed some other extra stuff and all that, but certain things kind of came from it. From one deal I did online, it was like $220 or so. I think it was actually maybe $200. I'm trying to think if what it was. Maybe it was 220. It might have been 220. It was like 220 bucks. I might put up an exact number here, but that's what I paid for the lot. Like, and this is a bookend Aaron Rodgers Epics, numbered at 99. Just a beautiful card there. They're just sneaky cards, you know what I mean? But my collection, all that. Here's another red color match, Patrick Mahomes from Phoenix out of 250. Like contours, Justin Herbert. There's just a lot I've learned just from being where I am and what I have to do and all that. Selling when I do, and watching stuff when I watch it and all that. So yeah, a lot of it was watching Whatnot streams and being a part of Whatnot streams, like just buying and selling and knowing what people have interest in. This is numbered out of 25, Jonathan Taylor, also on a sick photograph, like a nasty photograph. Jonathan Taylor, like just some super sick stuff. Like I didn't even know this card was in here. This was sick too. Acetate Illusions, Mystique rookie of Tyquan Thornton. Skill position player, wide receiver for the Patriots, numbered to 10. Didn't even know that was in the lot buy. But yeah, so a lot of it is give and takes, right? Although I sold that card earlier, it's a variation. Kenneth Walker too. Prism Black, I believe this is his only Prism Black card for Josh Allen. Also, on that one, there's some really cool CMC number stuff out of 50. Someone will buy that at the card show for sure. Tom Brady, Mosaic. Just some really sick stuff. Amari Cooper, like just some slight. Gronk, orange die cut. Not a sleeve, but yeah. Oh, this is actually really sneaky too. I think this is like $8 alone. It was the last comp, so I might put up a comp here. But really sneaky. It's a really beautiful card. Keepsake edition, Joe Montana. Really beautiful there. But yeah, I went like a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff that you have to learn and all that is very much easily accessible, especially if you are not doing anything. You can learn sports cards. It doesn't really matter who you are. I know very well that I could teach, for the most part, most people, especially if you're really interested in all that. I know I can teach, but the whole point is that you can learn sports cards. There's videos of people literally just searching sports cards, talking about sports cards. You can watch Whatnot streams, see what people are interested in. Like, let's just say, for example, Kenneth Walker, Pink Prism, number 2, 199 on the rookie. You can see that people have interest in these cards. You can learn also. This is one thing I would really suggest if you are just starting out with cards and all that and trying to learn sports cards. Each Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, I literally, if I'll run something, for the most part, sometimes I might not give out like little tidbits on the card itself. But for example, if I were to run this Phoenix rookie of Kenneth Walker Pink Prism, I would say all that. I would say it's number 199. I'd say it's a Pink Prism Phoenix rookie Kenneth Walker K9. So you learn his rookie nickname. You learn it's his rookie. You learn it, the pink. This is a Pink Prism, number to 199. Technically, you don't need to know that off the top of your head. It's, you know, color associated, right? Numbered. You know to look at the back now. Just certain aspects. The big thing I was going to say here is that Phoenix is hobby exclusive, and it also has Asia. So there's no retail products for Phoenix. It's one of the reasons why I think Phoenix is a sneaky product to buy, especially for, like, let's say Whatnot stream, because you can say that tidbit and people will be very hyped. Numbered cracked ice or numbered prism cards, doesn't really matter who it is. Obviously you want to get it as cheap as possible, make money on it. I'm probably into this card for like 50 cents or something like that, around. I don't even know what I pay. I'm pretty sure it's around 50 cents. Obviously some stuff I'm into it for 50 cents and I wouldn't want to pay 50 cents. So let's just say I'm moving into it for $1. I just need to get a $2 bid on it. It's a purple cracked ice rookie Prism True of a Packer. So if he's actually still on the Packers, Jordan Love and them start to do really good, it would help out. But where a buy really comes in handy, or what really helps a buy like this, is cards like this. Is Amari Cooper. Pretty sure this is even orange. I'll have to look this card up. But this is a die cut Spectra. Spectra also, this is just a little tidbit here. It's 16 cards, I think is what the product is for Spectra. I'm pretty sure it's 16 cards. And you pay a couple $100. And it also doesn't have retail products, right? Like Phoenix does. Or there's also Gold Standard and Panini Black. Those are like 4 off the top of my head that don't have retail products. You're not going to get this from a cello. You're not going to get this from certain products. Technically, you might be able to get some years and some sets. I'm pretty sure definitely in Chronicles draft picks, but it might have some in Chronicles also. Maybe potentially in certain sets. I don't know what else set would have, but for the very most part, especially if it says down here Spectra, and for down here Phoenix, it will be from non-Chronicles. If it said like Phoenix Chronicles, or if it said Spectra Chronicles draft picks or something of the sorts with Chronicles or extra, and then just Spectra football and Phoenix football, then it would be from Chronicles, a Chronicles product. But obviously, I'm just kind of trying to, you know, if anyone's interested in this, is their first time seeing this, something to do with sports cards, or they're just trying to learn, you know, this is what this is about. But bookend 15 of 15 on the Amari Cooper in his current uniform for the Browns, especially if this is an orange parallel. This is probably a decent, actually a really decent card, I would guess, if it is orange. Even if it's not, this still might be a $10 to $20 card. My guess would be, especially back in the big boom and all that, this would be a $20 card pretty easily. Now I would say it's probably more close to a $15 card, maybe $10, maybe $12.99, somewhere in that range, that $10 to $20 range. If you find the right person, someone will pay $20 for this card, especially a Browns fan. Just the beautiful eye appeal, and if you get it graded, you can get even more for it. There's also a big thing is getting stuff graded, learning players that might have potentially big years, also like players that people aren't thinking about. It's a red color match, Obsidian, James Conner. So this is probably from Asia. So like I was saying, also, I don't think I did say Obsidian. I said, but Obsidian is also not retail products. So it's like the Phoenix and the Spectra and all that. And you only get, like, for Gold Standard, you only get, like, 6 cards. For Panini Black, I think you only get 6 cards also. So, although they kind of, once the other products start to go, start to get out, start to release, and they'll start to go down more and more and more. So, it's something where you can find them pretty accessible in the dollar bins, depending on the card. Like, obviously, this James Conner would probably be maybe in someone's dollar bin, maybe in someone's $3 bin. Just depends on the dealer, really. And it just depends on whoever it is. But Kadarius Toney, that's an image variation. You can kind of just tell which ones are going to be image variations. Like, that's just an awesome photo. Obviously, sometimes it is different. It's, like, obviously, sometimes it's all them just having awesome photos. But, like, some cards like this, like, I would guess I'd probably be able to get, like, maybe, like, $6, $7, $8. So that's, like, $5 there. So it makes up for the cards that aren't, like, fully, big time. Where it's, like, I might be able to get, like, if I'm lucky, I might be able to sell it for $1, you know? Like, that's an image variation, or black, that's a variation, just a variation. It says even back here on those prisms for that year. Variations, Breece Hall. Rashad White, it might be a variation, it is a variation. Disco, Silver Disco, No Huddle. Quentin Johnston, who's also had a pretty good day during practice there, so he might be doing something, hopefully. Like, this is even a part of that deal. Out of 99, Jalen Tolbert. This is a dual relic for the Cowboys. He's actually got some pretty decent hype going into the season. But where I would say I've learned the most is from fantasy football. For me, I love the football cards. That's mainly what I do. But it's where, especially for best ball and dynasty, is where I learn the most of my stuff. This was also part of the deal. So it's 50, Purple Disco, No Huddle, Robbie Anderson. I actually collect Mosaic serial numbered stuff. I don't, like, go out of my way sometimes, most times, to acquire that stuff. But sometimes I will. But, like, I probably wouldn't, per se, for this Robbie Anderson, you know? I think you guys have already seen these. I wouldn't, per se, for this Robbie Anderson. It's just not someone I would go out of my way for. But a part of the deal, I gotta stash it away. Now I'm just able to keep it. It was technically, like, if I was able to pay, like, maybe like $2, $1, maybe $3. I even put up a screenshot of this out of 25 Austin Eckler I bought for $5. Like, sometimes the deals just come for, especially when you're collecting something that you enjoy. Like, I love the numbered stuff from Mosaic. It's something I collect. That could be a whole video of itself. I could show you guys my entire Mosaic serial numbered collection. Sometimes I have some other stuff also. But yeah, it's like one of my bigger personal collections. That's not like just Raiders. Raiders is my biggest one, probably, more than likely. And then there's the Mosaic. And technically it probably goes Raiders. And then it goes Bogey, so Bogdanovich. And then he's a Atlanta Hawks player. He's from Serbia, so it's over by Russia and Ukraine and all that. And I'm forgetting where else. Like, maybe like Slovenia. I remember I said the exact bordering country. I didn't even, but I think it might be maybe like Yugoslavia is what I think I might have said. I don't remember, but I know I said the exact bordering country. Didn't even look into it or anything. I just was like, it's over there somewhere by like da-da-da. And then it was the exact bordering country of Serbia, which is wild, especially for Americans, right? So yeah, actually, please leave a comment down below if you actually enjoy me just rambling while I show cards. It would help me out decide to do this if I should in the future and all that. We're already at probably, like, I'm guessing 40 minutes this video will be. I gotta get it out too. I've got about 4 hours. Right now it is 2 a.m., 1:59 a.m. on Sunday, August 25th. So as you see this, if you watch it especially right after it releases, this is like 4-hour previous me. So I say hello, I say good morning, I say good night, I say good evening, and if I don't see you again. Sorry. Completely scrambled up. Maybe I won't get copyright claimed. Oh yeah. So I was gonna say subscribe and all that, but a lot of you, I'm pretty sure, would be subscribed if you are listening to me right now. It's just a tangent. Look at all these cards. So I wanted to do that so I could use all this stuff for my whatnot stream and all that. I don't have to like pick through, like be like, oh. Also, it's a mail day, big mail day. There's like maybe like a couple of days mail, all that. But also just one big takeaway I would say is that, like, to me, I mean, and this is literally bookend. It's a bookend Trey Tucker PSA 9 autograph, Trey Tucker Silver Prism autograph, Zamir White out of 49, clearly Donruss rated rookie autograph, clearly Donruss rated rookie autograph, and then a Zamir White RPA Prime Selections out of 99, PSA 9. So, like, these 4 autographs, to me, value-wise, I mean, obviously, back then when I sold it, I mean, these are the exact amount of what I sold it for, I would guess. And this Amir might even be close to $100 value. The Tucker, I'm guessing, is probably like 25. This one, I would put like maybe like 50 or 60 on it. I don't even know. Especially after I bought this before his big preseason games was the big thing. So now he has some more hype. So hopefully he continues to do really well. Zamir White, RPA, PSA 9 especially, I would guess is another $40 card. So like here, where I bought all these cards, obviously Trey Tucker didn't have the big games before. So like the Zamir White was the big one when I bought it. But now Trey Tucker, this one is probably my more favorite one. But also, it's something that I don't have to sell, right? Something that I would be okay with collecting. Trey Tucker is growing on me very much so, especially after his preseason performances and all that. But something like this, to me, I don't know. I would rather enjoy cards like that until someone comes along and is like, yeah, and then start to offload stuff like this, right? Where obviously it's a case hit Baker Mayfield in his Browns uni. And that's the one I missed. There's like a video. That's the one I missed. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend. He hit me up wanting to sell some stuff and all that. So I actually finally, the card I learned was a case hit. The next day I finally got the one I missed. So it just works its way back to you. Too, especially if you know, fully, put yourself out there and all that. I got his Instagram. He wanted to sell more cards, and I pay the prices. I pay the prices because I need the inventory. But like something like this too, right? It's Jake the Snake Plummer out of 100. Someone's gonna be willing to buy that. It's less than a $10 card even. This is crazy because you're paying like $300 for an autograph, and like maybe like I don't even know how many cards. I think it's like 36 maybe in a clearly Donruss pack. And to me, for a whole bunch of stuff, I paid like $120, and I got literally probably an entire clearly Donruss box, is my guess. I don't know. I just can't see opening products. I will probably, I'm guessing, for videos and all that, because, yeah, well, one, it's content that would be really fun. I mean, but for me, it's not about the value. It would be just because it's more or less something that would be a great video. Because value is just not there for opening product. There's more value in repacks for sure. That's just as long as people are doing it right and doing it morally and correct and all that. And if you implement a proper repack, it should be 10 times better than any standard product that you're opening from any manufacturer. That's just how it should be. Because you're in control of, let's just say you make 100 repacks. You're in control of those 100 repacks, where Panini is making Joe Mixon numbered cards that someone will want to collect. Someone will want to buy, someone will want to rebuy, someone will want to try to sell, someone will want, just a whole bunch of different things that Panini is doing that you just should not be if you are a repacker. Obviously, you can do a couple different ways with repacking. It's obviously not a one glove fits all situation for repacking, but it just should not be like someone's getting absolutely hosed on your repacks. There's no reason for it. That's just my 2 cents. If someone's doing a repack right, everyone should be not completely, obviously, it just depends on how you want to do it. Some people would rather get nothing, right? And then some people would rather, instead of getting at least a set amount of value, right? Let's just say you've set the floor at $10. Instead of $10 being the floor, some people would rather get $0, right? Someone would rather get a literal base optic, whatever that, like, let's just even say Stetson Bennett, clearly non-restorated rookie. Someone would rather get this than a card that's sold for $20, a card that's sold for $25 being the floor. And then have a chance at, let's just say a 10 out of 100 chance, let's just say a 10% chance to hit a $2,000 card, right? Some people just want that chance, right? That's just how some people might be. So obviously that person would love a repack like that. But for the normal everyday person, I think we should strive to achieve certain aspects of it. And for the everyday person, I would guess that you would want maybe this card to be the floor. Obviously, I don't know what this card's sold for, but I mean, it's probably, I would guess, $25, maybe 20 at least. So better floor, at least, even if it's, even if it's $10, whatever the case may be. On this card in particular. But yeah, like, even like the Jonathan Kaminga being like, I don't even know what it is. But yeah, the main points just being, I just like to ramble. Main points is do it, don't regret stuff, keep it churning, keep it burning, learn what works for you, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. If you know you like to do high-end, super high-end, let's just say $100 cards, right? You'd only want to work with case hits. Case hits are super liquid. You don't want to work with these random Jahmyr Gibbs. You don't want to work with your Sean Clifford, clearly non-restorated rookie autographs. That's cool. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Find out what works for you. Find out what you want to do. Find out you want to only buy game-used patches with autographs on them. Something like that, right? Whatever your niche is, whatever you particularly want to do it. Focus to it. Stick to it. Obviously, try, if you wanted to expand, if you wanted to go do more, if you wanted to start whatnot, and you're doing eBay, maybe don't stop eBay fully. There's a whole bunch of things. I could even just, I'm going to have to wrap this up now because this is going to be like a 15-minute video with what the content amount I have. So, I'm going to wrap it up here because I got to edit it all too. Total complete tangent. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know. I'm not too sure how many people Okay, I am done. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign my autograph. I'm not going to sign my autograph. If someone sees this part, please let me know down below. Comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe. I hope I see you in the next video, and see it easy. If I didn't end it here, I'm just going to never end this video, so have a good one.